Uh, Today we are going to discuss on simple equations, and also a part of this discussion will be on special equations. So there will be a lot of questions in your exams which does not fall under the category of arithmetic or algebra or geometry, but you simply need to consider variables, frame equations, and to solve. So before so there will be two parts of this. One will be from your understanding of the questions. In the first part, you are supposed to frame the correct equation, and then the second part will be how fast can you solve that equation. So we'll discuss on both the parts. But before that, let me take you through some basics. So if I look at a simple equation for that matter, which is often called linear equation also. So let me see how does it look like. So if you look at a equation which is, let's say, 2x plus 3y equal to 12. So I want to maybe draw that on number lines. We call this x-axis and y-axis, right? Starting from 0, 0. So if you look at this equation, if I put the value of x as 0, then the value of y will be 4. I repeat, if I put the value of x as 0, then the value of y will be 4. Similarly, if I put the value of y as 0, then the value of x will be 6. So this particular equation will look like a straight line which will pass through these 2 points, which is why, so any point which lies on the straight line will satisfy this equation. For example, if you project that point on x-axis and y-axis, those values of x and y, if I use in the equation, it will satisfy, which is why all the points which are there on the straight line will satisfy the equation. Now the question is, how many points are there on the straight line? That is infinite, correct? Which is why we say that with one equation and two variables, we will not find unique answer. We will find infinite number of solutions. So let me introduce another equation and let's see if we can solve with the help of two equations. So let's say if I take another equation where 4x plus 6y is equal to 36. Let us see what do we interpret out of this equation. So in this particular equation that I have written, if I put x equal to 0, then the value of y will be 6. Similarly, if I put y equal to 0, then the value of x will be 9. So this will represent a straight line which will pass through these 2 points. Although my drawing may not interpret the same thing, but you should understand these 2 lines are parallel lines, and parallel lines never intersect, right? So if we have an intersection point, then we can say that is the solution out of these 2 equations. But finally, we can conclude that from these 2 equations, we cannot find any answer because these 2 lines are parallel. So this kind of equations are called inconsistent equations. So the question is, how do we identify 2 equations to be inconsistent? So let me generalize. If you have a situation where a1x plus b1x equal to c1 and a2x plus, that would be b1y, my mistake. So a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2. If I have a situation where a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 but not equal to c1 by c2, then in that case we say this kind of equations are inconsistent equations. So for inconsistent equations, you get 0 solution, which means you do not get any solution at all. So what is the other way to get a solution? So let me change the equation. Let me write another equation in place of this. So if I write another equation, let's say 8x plus 12y equal to 48. So if you take that equation, let's see how does it look like. So here, if I put x equal to 0, then the value of y is again 4. And if I put y equal to 0, then the value of x is 6. So this line will be completely overlapping with the earlier line. Now for two lines which are overlapping, we will find infinite solutions, right? We will not find unique solutions. So this kind of equation sets are called dependent equations. So given our example, when do we have dependent equations? When a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2, then the equations are called dependent, and for dependent equations you get infinite solutions. So what we can conclude is, in order to get solutions, the equations must be consistent and independent. I repeat, in order to get unique solutions, we must be having a situation where the equations are consistent and independent. Tamonash has just joined. Tamonash, you are not very late. Don't worry. You can take a screenshot of whatever I have taught right now, so that you can later on explore what is being said out here. So we are trying to find out in which cases can we find unique solutions. So there are two situations where we cannot find unique solutions. Situation number one is here. So given these two equations, if I have a situation where a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2, then these equations are inconsistent, and in that case you won't find unique solutions. Similarly, if you have a situation where a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2, which is equal to c1 by c2, then in this kind of situations you get dependent equations, and then in that case you will have infinite solutions. All right, so I hope that part was clear to all of you. So I will take you through some basic questions on simple equation first. I would like you to try those equations. Those are very easy questions, trust me. So still we will find some shortcut tricks to get the answer as fast as possible. So please get started with this question. Please try this. Let's see. Not a complicated one at all, but still we'll find if there is a shortcut way to get the answer, right? Thanks, Tamonash. So we'll see. We are talking about 7 chairs and 5 tables on one side, which are costing 3750. And also we know that the cost of 10 chairs and 8 tables is going to cost 5700. So rather than solving by a conventional simultaneous equation and then finding the value of c and t separately, which can be done of course, you should first observe the coefficients. If you observe, we will realize that the differences of the coefficients is same. So in that case, you can straight away subtract rather than multiplying the first equation by something and the second equation by something, etc. So if I simply subtract, I will get the 3 times of cost of a chair and a table to be 1950. So they are asking about twice the cost of a chair and a table. So of course it will be 1950 multiplied by 2 by 3. It's not a rocket science, but you know, in this kind of exams, even if you save a few seconds by applying something smart in terms of your technique, your answer will be pretty fast. So of course it will be 1300, right? Absolutely correct answer from both of you. In fact, Devjyoti also gave me a correct answer. Fantastic. So So let me take you to the next one. I hope the explanation was clear. So you do not have to really make it complicated by multiplying the equations. First you observe the coefficients, right? Okay. Okay, Anupam is asking why twice of C and T, because Anupam, look at the question. They have said find the total cost of 2 chairs and 2 tables, which is 2C plus 2T. Hence, that can be taken as twice of C plus T. I hope that is clear now. Okay, great. So let me take you to the next one. In fact, we had once solved something similar, but please go through this and try to get the answer. If you can get the answer, please do share in the chat box. Once you get the answer, please do share in the chat box. All right, super. We got 2 answers already from Shreyoshi and Devjyoti. What about others? Okay, Tomonash asked me that whether the last technique can be used only for cases where the difference is same. Yes, Tomonash, there will be typically those kind of questions where either the difference could be same. In fact, there could be situations where the addition could be same. So you need to observe the equations. For example, if the situation was like something like addition is 7 in both the cases, so then also you could apply that. Either the subtraction or the addition should be same. In those cases, it can be done that way. Right, guys? So I'm sure you have done in a very smart way without any variable. I do not want to take a variable. Not that we are doing the class of simple equation. That means we need to mandatorily frame an equation. It's not like that. So please understand first, if I assume all the vehicles are cars, that means we are talking about 200 cars, right? I'm just assuming as of now that all the vehicles are cars. That means there will be 200 cars. Now we know each car will have 4 tires, which means the total number of tires should be 800, right? Now see, one car has 4 tires and one motorcycle has 2 tires. So we can say that a motorcycle has 2 less tires as compared to a car. Now here they have said the actual number of tires is 700. So we have 100 less tires, right? So can we say that for 2 less tires, we need 1 motorcycle which needs to be replaced by a car. So for 100 less tires, how many motorcycles are required? So you can do it by unitary method. For 2 less tires, I need 1 motorcycle. So for 100 less tires, I will require 50 motorcycles, right? Hence, your answer should be 50. I hope that process was clear. So we are not giving questions, we are not looking at questions which are extraordinarily difficult, but then even in easy questions or moderate questions, there are techniques to save time. I am just trying to help you with those techniques so that you can save some time, and slowly and gradually in this class, I will also raise the difficulty level of the questions so that you can also handle difficult questions in a very smart manner. Right, guys? So let me take you to the next one now. Please try this. Can you guys please check whether you're talking about the total amount with all of them together? Are you really talking about the total amount? I am requesting Shagnik and Shreyoshi to check. Are you talking about the total amount of all 3 of them together? Because that is the question. Find the total amount with them initially. So that means the total amount with all three of them together. Yes, Reushi, now it is correct. Shagnik, can you please check whether the answer that you got is about total amount with all three of them together? Yes, Debjyoti, absolutely correct. Okay, let's see. So first of all, see guys, my suggestion is rather than taking X, you can say that, okay, there are two steps where half is being given to another person's. So for example, half of A is going to B and C. So that way there are, you know, half of amount is being again halved among two persons. And again, B is also giving, after that B is also giving his half of amount to C. So that way basically we see that three times some amount is being halved. Once, A's half is further being distributed to B and C, and then so that means it is 1/4 and 1/4 that way. And again B is giving his half to C. So that means half of 1/4 is 1/8. So what if I take the initial amount as 8x rather than x? So why 8x? That is exactly why I gave you this understanding that we are looking at making it half three times. Once A is half, making it half and distributing among B and C. And again, similarly, B is giving his half to C. So if I do that, then we have something like this, right? See, A is giving his half amount equally among B and C. So 4x will be distributed as 2x and 2x among B and C. So they will have 10x and 10x each. After that, what we see is half of B is being given to C. That means C will end up having 15x. So you can definitely say if 15x is equivalent to, uh, 3375, then the total among total with them, that is 24x, will be how much? So that will be 3375 into 15, into 24 by 15. I'm sure you can handle this calculation. It is pretty easy. So your answer will be 5400. Right, guys? So let me take you through the next one. I hope the explanation was clear to everybody. So your answer will be 18. Chalo, let's look at the next one. I'm going to show something very, very interesting today in the class, which will be called special equations. You will soon realize what is so special about it. There are a lot of questions that you can solve very, very fast with those concepts. But before that, we'll solve a couple of questions from simple equations. Now see, for this one, again, they are finally asking you, Ankur, yes, of course, I'll move to the previous one. Ankur, very quickly, you can also, if you want, you can also, take a screenshot, and you can also let me know if you have any doubt in any of the portion, any of the parts to understand very quickly. Okay, thanks. Chalo, let me move on. So for this one, see, finally they are asking, so what is the question? Let us understand the question. So for a two-digit number, the sum of the digits, that means A plus B, is 12 less than the square of the sum of the digits. So, okay. Now see, please understand. So square of sum of digit minus 12 itself is equal to the number. So in terms of value, you could write somewhat like this, but it will look very, very complicated, guys. What is the way out? What is the way we solve? Right, guys. So rather than going by this, if I take this as simple as this, let me see if I go by options, take the first option. So we have 9 square minus 12, which is 81 minus 12, which is 69. Now, if you take 69, of course, the sum of digit is not equal to 9. Hence, it does not satisfy. Right? So first option will be eliminated. Now take the second one. 7 square minus 12, if you see, that is 49 minus 12, that is 37. Sum of digit of 3 and 7 is not equal to 7. Hence, even the second option will get eliminated. But if you take 6, that is the third one, 6 square minus 12, that is 36 minus 12 is 24, and the sum of digit is equal to 6, which means your answer will be the third option. So you can do it by simple elimination method, right? Pavanash, you do not have to really pick any variable for that matter. So all I'm trying to tell you is make the equation and then pick up the options and test and verify. I think that is the fastest way possible in this particular case, because you have one equation with more than one variable, so you cannot really solve in a unique way. All right, guys. So I hope that was clear. So let me take you to another one. Please try this. So not a complicated question, definitely. They have said, if you look at the equations to be made, there was some sparrows and some pigeons. So I will take the numbers as S and P. And so they have said 5 sparrows fly away, which means I will be left with S minus 5 number of sparrows, leaving behind 2 pigeons for every sparrow left. So what does it mean, 2 pigeons for every sparrow left? Which means the number of pigeons will be twice that of remaining number of sparrows. Please understand, when they have said leaving behind 2 pigeons for every sparrow left, that means we will have double the number of pigeons as compared to the number of sparrows left. Now in the second part, they have said after some time 25 pigeons fly away. So now this will be the remaining number of sparrows and pigeons respectively. Then they have said thus leaving behind 3 sparrows for every pigeon left, which means this time the number of remaining sparrows is 3 times that of the number of remaining pigeons, right? So if we solve these 2 equations, I will definitely get the answer, right? So now they want you to find out the number of sparrows, which means all you can do is that in the second equation, if you replace P by 2s minus 10, because this will be 2s minus 10, that is the number of pigeons. So I replaced P by 2s minus 10, and hence it may look little simpler, little fast. So let us take S, all the S's on one side. So we will have 5s, right? And then we will have minus 35 into 3, that is minus 105, and then you bring it on the other side. So you will have 105 minus 5, that means 100. So that means the value of S will be 20. Here, guys, so your answer to this question will be 20. Amunash is asking something, sir. If S5S, uh, uh, okay, there will be 10 left according to the questions. No, no, no. That's not what they're saying. Please understand. They are saying the number of sparrows. They are drawing the equation between the number of sparrows left, which does not mean those who are, flying away. Those who are left behind. Those who are remaining. So they are trying to make an equation between those who are remaining and those and along with the number of pigeons, right? So that is what you need to understand very well, right, Tamunash? So it is not about the number of sparrows or pigeons which are flying away. It is about number of them which are left, which are remaining. So rest of them in that sense, right? So I hope this was clear to everyone. Let me take you to the next one. Now, this is an interesting question, pretty interesting question. I hope you at least read this question well. So let me take a little bit of time to solve this. We will take some time to solve this. Let us not hurry up. Okay, guys, so there was a little bit of interruptions. I'm so sorry for that. So let me take some time out and explain you the question. So if I look at these boxes or crates having distinct weights, and I arrange these boxes in the increasing order of their weights, let's say it becomes A, B, C, D, and E, right, in the increasing order of the weights. So for various combinations, I will have A plus B, A plus C, A plus D, A plus E, and then I will start having a series for B. I have already taken A plus B, so then B plus C, B plus D, and so on. So all these numbers are given here. Of course, for 5 boxes, there will be 5 C2, that is 10 combinations. So for all the 10 combinations, the combined weights of the pair of boxes is given here. So, but then which correspond to which one, I do not know. But all I know is adding all these things will be equivalent to adding all these numbers. So if I add all these things, all these variables, that will be equivalent to adding all the numbers that they have given, which will be equivalent to adding all those 10 numbers. Now see, if I look at these variables, how many times will A come? Definitely A pairs up with 4 other boxes. So that means A will come 4 times. B will also come 4 times. C will also come 4 times. D will also come 4 times. And E will also come 4 times. Do you all agree to that? All the boxes will appear 4 times if I add all these equations. Now this will be equivalent to adding all these numbers. 1, 1, 2, 1. So let us find out a quick way to add all these numbers. Take the list of the numbers, that is 1, 1, 1, 0. So we have 10 numbers which are where minimum is 1, 1, 1, 0. So make it 10 times. So you have 11100. So I have taken it 10 times. Now I am only looking at the differences. Now look here, this is 2, 2 and then 3, that will make it 5, plus 4, 9, plus 5, 14, plus 6, 20, plus 7, 27, plus 8, that is 35, plus 10, that is 45, plus 11, that is 56. So I hope you understood that I have taken the difference from 1110 for all the other numbers and I have added. So my addition will be 11156, right? So my addition will be 11156. So let me put it here and let me erase this part. So now I see that 4 times of all the variables is equal to 11156. So I can comfortably say that the addition of these variables will be 11156 divided by 4. And how much is that? So 11156 divided by 4. Very quickly, guys, how much is that? Yes, that is 2789, right? Now see, if I look at A plus B, can you tell me what is A plus B? A plus B means the least of the weights. So don't you think A plus B will be equal to 1110 because that is the least of the numbers? Similarly, what about D plus E? D plus E is nothing but the heaviest of the largest of the numbers because that is heaviest of the pairs. So if you add these two, you get 2231, right? So what is the difference between these two? That's 558. Okay, so definitely there could be some internet issues, guys. Please bear with that. I'll repeat. I said A plus B will correspond to the lightest of the pairs. E plus E will correspond to the heaviest of the pairs. And hence, you can assign A plus B as 1110 and D plus E as 1121. So if you find the difference, then you will find the value of C as 558. Now, can you tell me 1120 correspond to what? I will give you two options. One is C plus E and one is C plus D. No doubt, C plus E is higher than C plus D. Since 1120 is the second largest number, then C plus E must be 1120. Out of which you know that C is equal to 558 and hence you can comfortably say E will be equal to 562, which is what they have asked. So for those who had little trouble hearing my voice, I will also request you to take a screenshot. I will definitely repeat this. Please take a screenshot. I will definitely repeat this. I will repeat this logic. Please take a screenshot meanwhile. I will repeat this. So I will start again by saying, if you look at the boxes, first of all, in the increasing order of their weights, then the order will be like A is the lightest and E is the heaviest. So they are arranged in the ascending order of the weights. Now, the pairs, the numbers that they gave, these 10 numbers that they gave will correspond to some of these variables, right? Which means adding all these expressions will be equivalent to adding all these numbers. Now, if I add all these expressions, every variable will appear 4 times. So I will have 4 times of A plus B plus C plus D plus E. And addition of all these numbers will be 11156. From there on, we got A plus B plus C plus D plus E equal to 2789. Now understand what will be 1110. That will be the lightest, that will be the weight of the lightest of the pairs. Now what is the lightest of the pairs? Of course it will be A and B. Similarly, if you look at 1121, that will correspond to the heaviest of the pairs, which is B plus E. Which is why I wrote this. And then if you add, you will get 2231. So once you subtract, then you will be left with C, no? So that is how I concluded that the value of C will be 558. Now understand what will be 1120. Given that 1120 is the second largest number, it should correspond to the second heaviest pairs. The heaviest pair is D plus E, and the second heaviest pair is C plus E. Hence, C plus E must be equal to 1120, out of which you know that E is equal to 562, and hence, yes, you know C is equal to 558, and hence you can find out by subtracting E will be equal to 562. I hope that logic was clear. How 558 is coming? Abhijit, 558 came by subtracting 2789 minus 2231. minus 2231 is 558. I hope that is clear. Right, guys? So I hope that logic was clear to everyone. Okay, Tomonash is asking, how do you come to know that C plus E will be the second heaviest pair? So Tomonash, there are two possibilities. One is C plus D and the other is C plus E, out of which definitely C plus E is greater than C plus D, right? So that way you can conclude that C plus E will be the second heaviest. All right, guys. As such, you can never find out the individual values of M or A or B. It is not possible because you have two equations with three variables. So there must be some trick in order to solve, although it can be proven, but that will be wastage of time in this class. You know, let me tell you the shortcut technique here. Observe the coefficients. In the first equation, the difference between the coefficients is 3. Observe the coefficients of the second equation, the difference is 2. So they will give you something this smart only. So you bring this 3 here, you bring this 2 here, and then you multiply. Once you do that, what you get in the first equation is 4m plus 10a plus 16b equal to 400, and in the second equation you will get 15m plus 21a plus 27b equal to 900, and now you subtract. If you subtract, you will get 11 times of m plus a plus b equal to 500. So your answer will be 500 divided by 11. So this is basically applicable only in case of this kind of questions where you find that the differences of the coefficients is constant, or you can say the coefficients are in arithmetic progression. Right, guys?